Hello and welcome to my training. My name is Chuck Holmes. I'm a network marketing professional. Today's video is titled Top 10 MLM Team Building Tips. Real quick disclaimer up front, individual results will vary. All views expressed in this training are my own opinion. This information is for educational purposes only. This is the purpose of today's training. It's to share my top 10 MLM team building tips so you can grow your team and commission check much quicker. This is the assumption before we go into this training. It's imperative that you've found a great company with a great product line and a great compensation plan, along with sound company management. So the tips that I'm going to share with you, they're not going to be applicable if you haven't found a great company that you're passionate about with a great product line that you're passionate about, the compensation plan, and a sound management team. So make sure you do that first. Let's start with tip number one. Tip number one is to make your first circle work. This means that you are setting an example that you want others in your business to duplicate. How do you make this happen? It starts by being your own best customer and signing up for your company's auto ship program. You find and maintain 5 to 10 personal customers. You learn how to personally recruit 1 to 4 new business builders every single month, and you keep recruiting until you have 5 legs in your business that you're working with. You want to be coachable, hungry, and willing to work. You want to be the type of sponsor you wish you had, be the type of person you want to sponsor, and you want to master the basic skills and fundamentals of building a network marketing business. This is a process. These things aren't going to happen overnight, but your goal ultimately is to set that good example for everyone on your team by doing the things you want other people to do. Tip number 2 is taprooting and building depth. Your best people are rarely, if ever, personally sponsored by you. They almost always show up deep in your organization, level 5, level 10, level 50, level 100. You want to help each person you enroll sign up their first person, and then you want to go and work with that person. So if I sign up Mike and Mike signs up Joe, I want to go and work with Joe and treat him as if I personally sponsored him. By helping Joe, by default, I'm helping Mike. Now I want to help Joe do the same thing, and then I want to go work with his new person and just keep repeating this over and over in depth until I find my 5 serious people. You always want to work at the deepest level in your organization with the newest, most excited distributor. Some people call this work with the green. By working with the new, excited person, you're automatically helping and supporting and motivating everyone in between you and that person in the genealogy. You want to build your business from the bottom up. Basically, you light a fire in the basement and watch the heat rise. You help more people by doing it this way. It's a lot better to work on your level 5 than to work with people on your level 1, because when you're working on your level 5, you're automatically helping those people on level 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tip number 3, leadership is everything. We are ultimately a leadership business. Customers, reps, they come and go like the common cold. They're churning and burning. But what we're looking for are leaders. We want to become a leader ourselves, and we want to attract and develop leaders in our organization. Our business is only going to grow as much as we do. This is known as the law of the lid. So make sure you're working on yourself. You're becoming a good leader yourself. You want to focus on serving other people. Take the focus off of you and your goals and help other people get what they want. By doing that, that is how you're going to get what you want in the business. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. I tell people on my team, set the example so high so that even if people on your team do 10% of what you do, you'll be happy with the result. And your job is to find and develop leaders in your team and to be one yourself. Tip number 4 is recognition and praise. People will often do more for recognition than they will for money. Your job is to find creative, low cost, and effective ways to recognize people. You don't want to just recognize the top performers. You want to recognize people for doing the simplest of things. As long as your recognition is genuine and sincere and it's not flattery, you really can't go wrong. You should praise in public, punish in private. You should do contests, awards, gifts, anything you do that make people feel appreciated will be beneficial to your business. Number 5, culture and community. People might join your business to make money, but they stay or leave because of the team and the culture of the team. Basically, they stay or leave because of the people. Your job is to get people in, keep them in and move them along. So when you sign up someone, that's just step one in the process. Step number two is to keep them in the business by plugging them into the system, by getting them trained, by helping them get started. And finally, your objective is to move them along and help them move up through the ranks and build a team of their own by getting them into action mode, by getting them working on their personal development. Also, events and recognition are a big part of culture and community. We are a event-driven business. You want to attend all events. You want to promote events. You want to get butts in the seats at events. And the events are the glue that keep our business together. A community where everyone is welcomed and personal development is encouraged. That's what your community should be designed around. A good product focused, and then making people feel appreciated, making people feel recognized, encouraging people to work on their personal development, and having people belong to something greater than themselves. The best way to do this is with a Facebook group and a combination of live events and weekly conference calls and webinars. Number 6 is your systems and training. Systems and training. Remember those two words. When you want to build a large network marketing team, you need systems and you need training. You want a standardized way of building the business that you teach all new people. It doesn't mean they can't deviate. It doesn't mean they can't use their own skills and talents and abilities, but you want to have a systematic way of building the business that you teach. You also want to have systematic training. You want to have a formal getting started training. You want to train reps on scripts, on what to say, on how to find prospects, on how to do presentations. You want to do training on how to find customers, how to become a leader, how to get duplication, how to retain people on your team. You can do this through a team training website, your Facebook group. You can have weekly calls or weekly webinars and live events. You want to focus on skills training. You want to teach people the fundamentals, the basics of building a successful network marketing business. Skills pay the bills. A lot of companies in training, it's all designed around hype. It's designed around people's success story, testimonials. Those things are great, but skills training is even more important. And we are an event-driven business. The more people you get to events, the more your team is going to learn. They're going to get motivated. They're going to grow. They're going to duplicate. Number 7, relationships. Long-term relationships equal long-term money in this business. I learned that from Jeff Roberti, the $100 million MLM man, the legend himself. And we are ultimately a relationship business. You should focus on growing and improving your relationships with people in your team. This includes your customers, the people you personally enrolled, leaders in your team, serious people in your team, customers in your team. The stronger and the better the relationships you can build with people, the more your check is going to grow. You want to get to know the people on your team personally, especially the serious people. You want to look through your genealogy a couple times a week. Look for anybody who's ranking up, who's putting in a lot of activity, who's getting some results, and then go out and reach out to that person and start to build a relationship with them. And finally, the last tip with this is you can't out-friend me. This is a quote from Holton Buggs. Get good at building solid, legitimate, genuine friendships with people. The more friends you have, the more money you're going to make in this business. Of course, these friendships should be genuine. It shouldn't be based upon their performance in the business. This should be a real heartfelt, genuine friendship. Number 8 is the time factor. This is where a lot of people mess up. They expect big results way too soon in their business. It takes time for duplication and leverage to kick in, normally several years, especially if you're doing the business part-time. The hardest part of this business is building your foundation, finding your 5 serious people. After that, I promise you, the business gets a lot easier. Success is about long-term focus, not short-term opportunism. You basically want to plant your flag with one company, make a 5-year commitment to it, and give yourself time to succeed. Do you honestly think you could start any business and the money would just be pouring in overnight? I doubt it, especially considering you're doing this part-time. You got to give yourself time to succeed. What Eric Worre teaches is it takes about 1 year to learn the ropes and get profitable, 2 to 3 years to get to several $1,000s per month if you're doing this part-time, about 5 years working the business part-time to get to 6 figures. Of course, individual results will vary. This is just a realistic time frame for success for a part-timer working their business 10 to 20 hours each week. Number 9, realistic expectations. If you want to build a big team, you need to have realistic expectations for yourself. You need to teach your team members realistic expectations. Number 1, not everyone is going to stay. In fact, most people are going to quit, and they're going to probably quit within their first 90 days. You don't need everyone to stay to build a big team. Your job is to make sure that people are treated good. Your job is to put them through the getting started training to answer their questions. Ideally, help them launch their business if they're willing to do that, and make sure they have a good experience. You can't make anyone successful in the business, and you shouldn't have expectations of people you sponsor. The only way to be disappointed is if you have an expectation. So what I like to tell people, hope for the best, but expect the worst with each person you sponsor, and you really can't go wrong. And this 90-10-1 rule is a good way to manage your expectations. 90% of the people who join your team are simply going to be a product user. 10% of the people are going to do something sometimes, maybe not always, but they're going to do something every now and then to grow their business. And about 1 out of 100, they're going to be really serious, catch the vision. They're going to be 100% committed and focused on their business. And finally, number 10 is your attitude and your mindset. Mindset is everything in this business. If you want to build a big team and keep a big team, you need to get your attitude and your mindset in check. This means you know your why, you know your vision, you know what you're trying to accomplish, and you know why you're doing it. It means that you are committed to your personal development. Every day you're learning new skills that help you with your attitude, your mindset, your skill set. You understand the law of attraction, and what you throw into the universe comes back to you. You focus on the positive, because positive attracts and negative repels. And you live by these things, and you teach your team members these things as well. You teach your team attitude. You teach people mindset, so they have realistic expectations, so they can become the person that they need to be to attract the success that they want. In conclusion, it takes time to build a big team. Time is actually your friend. You need to realize it's going to take you several years in most cases to create a pretty good income in any business, not just network marketing. Give yourself time to succeed. We are a business of duplication. Network marketing is about a lot of people doing a little bit, not one person doing a lot. It's not about you being a super salesperson. It's about you using the products, finding a few customers, teaching other people who want to do the business how to do those two things. If you can do that, you're going to be well on your way. Keep in mind, the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. Your team is probably never going to do as much as you do. So set the bar so high, even if they do a fraction of what you do, you'll be happy with their performance. And finally, your business will only grow as much as you do. This is the law of the lid. Never stop learning, never stop growing. Always strive to become the best version of yourself possible. My name is Chuck Holmes. I'm a network marketing professional. I've been doing this industry for just over 20 years now. My phone number is 443-421-8260. If you want to text or call me, you can email me at mrchuckholmes@gmail.com. If you'd like to learn more about me, you can read my bio at charlesholmes.net. That's charlesholmes.net. You can check out my website, startafundbiz.com. That's startafundbiz.com to learn more about my business. And finally, if you want to visit my blog, you can head on over to onlinemlmcommunity.com. That's my network marketing blog with over 1,200 articles about how to be successful in the industry. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video, on this podcast. I appreciate you watching. I hope this provided some value to you, and feel free to check out my other videos and podcasts as well. Thank you. Have a great day. See you at the top.